Going on, family? Rod Thriver back with another video. I know I like to walk and do Thriver talk. I got a special guest with me, the little one, the Thriver in training. She's shy. She fake shy. But anyway, let's making this video. What? You not shy? Oh yeah. Well, now you on the channel. So as you guys know, we do the Thriver walk and talk, where I just share ideas. You know, the channel's gonna be a lot of different things. It's gonna be, I talk a lot about the mind and the metaphysics part of it, because to me it's the most important part. Like, how many of us know what to do, but for whatever reason you can't do it? You know, we're in the information age where everything you need to know is literally at the power of your hands. Like this, you know, amazing device I'm holding in my hand. Anything that you want to know, you can YouTube, you can Google, you can research. So knowing what to do isn't enough now. It's getting yourself past your mental blocks and your hurdles and the stories that you tell yourself in your head, which we all have them. We all know those little voices that say things to us when we're trying to do something, right? You have little voices sometimes that tells you, oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't do that. We have to train and get rid of those voices. Now, can you get rid of the voices all the way?
Guys.
I'm not too sure, but you can get it down to where they interrupt you a little bit, and they're kind of scared to speak up because they know that you're going to say, I am great, I am awesome, I am amazing, I am worthy, I am more than enough. So we have to start to train that voice to be louder than the other voice. Ain't that right, baby girl?
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing. That's what we're breathing into the little ones, to have confidence, say their affirmations, to when they feel like they can't, tell themselves that they can. When you feel yourself shying away, that's when you step up and you produce and you show confidence. And the beautiful part about it is that, you know, I think we think that we have to be confident 24/7 when we actually don't. You know, we're all going through different states, you know, and throughout the day, a lot of this, you know this word imposter syndrome, which I can tell you almost everyone suffers from imposter syndrome. I was listening to Michelle Obama. She had a talk, this was a while ago, and she talked about even her. She said she's been at the biggest of tables with the brightest alleged minds that this world have seen in the free world. And she's had imposter syndrome to where sometimes she wants to say, what am I doing here? When she's in the White House, when she's with, you know, former President Obama, she's asking herself, what am I doing here? So don't think that everyone is not fighting that same voice and having the times where they do feel like imposters, but they push through those things, and that's the reason what we need to do when we want to get to the other side. You know, the you that doesn't think he's enough or she's enough, that you isn't going to go to the other side. You have to create a new you. You have to be renewed in your mind and your spirit, and that person has to believe that they can. And Tony Robbins also always says, when you're in state, you follow through. So if you can produce the state of confidence, if you can produce the state of feeling more than enough, and you talk yourself and you rev yourself up, that's when you do the thing that is hard. But if you're trying to approach it and you aren't psyching yourself up, or you aren't revving yourself up like athletes, they get into the mode, you have to produce that state. You have to get into that mode. And once you get into that mode, it'd be a lot easier to do the things that you need to do. Let's say like this video, you know, I had to take another walk, right? We took another walk before this, right?
Yeah.
So that I can get my confidence up to make this video, because even it might not seem like it when I'm, you know, creating this video and I'm talking and I'm, you know, projecting, but even I suffer from confidence and self-worth and et cetera, but I've learned how to produce states. And when I produce that state and I talk to myself and I listen to, you gonna go where? Keep going straight. And I talk to myself and I do my affirmations, I'm able to produce a state that in that state, I can follow through. In that state, I can make videos like this. In that state, I can go on stage and speak to thousands of people. In that state, I can walk into the boardroom and have a meeting with clients, $1 million clients, celebrities, et cetera. When I produce that state, I'm able to go and follow through. So that's what I want to share with you guys, is to tell you that, you know, you're not always going to be in that state, and that's fine. But get yourself some healthy rituals, some daily rituals, some nightly rituals, some mid-afternoon rituals that can produce certain states. You can't just hope that you're going to wake up and be walking into your greatness. You have to like demand it. You have to nurture it. Ain't that right? You have to wake up and tell yourself, I am the best. I am greatest. And consistency, shout out to Wes, my brother Wes, consistency is the mother of all skills. So if you do it once, as Tony Robbins says, you change your life for a day. If you do it every day, you change your life for an eternity. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about. Once again, I don't know what I'm gonna channel this video. The beautiful thing about my channel, I can post what I want, how I want, and figure it out later. This is what this is. It is this. What's today? December 31st, right?
Yeah.
So we about to go into what year?
2020.
2020. So that means in 2020, you have a chance to restart everything brand new. And everything that you thought that you was the previous year, you can leave it in that year. What did Jesus say? Let the dead bury the dead. And you move on and you renew your mind, you renew your spirit, and you walk in that, and then you produce states. So for me, walking helps me produce a state. So this is why I like to walk. My son used to pace and run around. Somehow it inherited and got into him the way he's the same way. When he has to think, he has to move, he has to go. So learn yourself. Learn the rituals that, is going to help you get over those hurdles. Yours might be, drinking a coffee or going to the gym or whatever. But develop you some healthy rituals so that you can produce different states and get yourself out of states and manage your states so that you can follow through. Because you only can follow through when you're in state. And that basically means when you are that person. Like your mind is tuned in, you're locked in, you're like an athlete, whatever you have to do. So produce that state, follow through. I'll see you guys on the next video.